For me, Tantra is about feeling. It's about allowing myself to recognize what's going on for me right now. Body, mind, and spirit. And with spirit, I just mean how it feels, emotion, feeling. So if I look at how my body feels, recognize that, allow it to be that way, that for me is Tantra. If I look at my mind and I look at my thoughts, how they're moving into the world, that is Tantra for me. If I look at my emotions, my feelings, and allow them to be there, and even I can even go as far as to recognize the information that they come with, that is Tantra for me. Attending a Tantra festival is coming to a space where everything that you experience is valid. It's coming to a space where you get to be seen just as you are, and you get to experience how it is to be seen as beautiful and welcomed and part of everything and everyone. Because as we study Tantra, we realize we're not so far apart. We are sharing the same space. When we're in the same room, it becomes very obvious after practicing some energetic work that your energy and the energy of the people in the room merge to create the space. So Tantra is becoming more aware of my energy and other people's energy. It's the practice of Tantra is to recognize these two different, your energy and other people's energies, so that you can more clearly understand yourself and others. Tantra is allowing yourself to feel yourself, allowing your body to be as it is, to look as it is, and to feel how that feels. It's about recognizing the actions that I do and how they ripple, how the effect of my action ripples. And what I love about Tantra is that the sense that I am responsible for what I feel, meaning I have to learn my patterns, my mistakes, my way of doing things, my way of not doing things. So an inaction is also an action. If I choose to not take the car to work, that's an action. If I choose to take the car to work, that's an action. If I choose to speak, that's an action. If I choose to not speak, that's also an action. So practicing being with who you are right now. Practice being with how it feels to be who you are. And at a tantric event, like a tantra festival, we have the opportunity to meet others who are also exploring. That means it's a very safe place to explore hugs, for example. It's an amazing and safe place to stay a bit longer in a hug and feel, how does it really feel for you to hug? And in the practice of Tantra, as we start to open up more, start to feel more safe, what will happen is our hearts will open, and as the heart opens, it's very easy to project this on another person. Maybe you were in a workshop and you were exploring yourself with another person, and then suddenly you feel this whole heart opens, and that doesn't necessarily mean that this person is your to-be partner, or that you need to do anything else with this person. And my reasoning here is that when we open up our hearts, we get to feel ourselves. And the more we feel ourselves, the more love we feel in the world to anyone. And it's beautiful to be supported by love from someone. If someone sits in their love for themselves as they see you and recognize your beauty, they are recognizing their own beauty. They are recognizing their ability to see beauty. So we can choose how we look at other people. Actually, we do the choice every time, but we do it habitually. Tantra is about looking at the habits and recognizing that it is a choice. I made a choice at some point in my life, and I'm continuing to make that choice until I recognize it and I choose otherwise. So opening the heart can be a very challenging thing. I met so many people that after a tantra event, they feel so open and they just want to give. They just want to give the whole world their love. That's beautiful. But when we're in a tantra festival, we're in a safe container to explore this love, and most people there are very open to see that, to mirror that. So you get so validated in that container. As soon as you step out into the real world, people who has not done this work, they will not be ready for all that love. And then you might start to feel, oh, it's something is not complete here, because you're no longer experience the big love that you uncovered at the event. And for that, there is this sense of safety, that when you feel safe, when you create a safe space for yourself, then you can open your heart again. And until that moment where you find the next safe container to fully open, you get to experience this love with yourself. You get to hold yourself in that love. You get to feel your love. And the invitation here is to stay with you, right? Stay with what feels for you. And you don't have to give it away to anyone. But you can, if you find a person or a group, some container for this safety. It can even be in nature, right? Then allow yourself, and maybe check in, go slowly. Open a little bit and check in with your environment. Is this okay? Do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? Breathe with that. So, practicing Tantra, we come back to the breath. We come back to our sound. We come back to our felt sense, how we feel in this moment. Okay? So recognizing how we feel, validating how we feel, and expressing how we feel is 3 steps to embody your energy. Because everything we feel, we feel. Everything we feel is part of our energetic body, as I call it. Oh. And allowing yourself to go step by step into the process of reconnecting with yourself through the breath, the sound, and the feelings. This is Tantra for me. Some effects of doing the work is a sense of freedom to be as you are, and it's okay. Okay? In Tantra, we explore all emotions as information. So everything I feel it because something. Why? Okay? Doesn't mean we need the answer to these questions. But what we can do is that we can start looking at the emotion and recognize it. And from there, we can start to move that energy. So the difference is if I feel something heavy and I'm not gonna think about that, I'm not gonna talk about that, I'm not gonna tell anyone. Okay, you're keeping it down. This is creating an energetic field which looks like this. It's cut off here, okay? So to open that, you first have to recognize, what am I holding? Oh, I don't want to feel that. That's usually what you're holding. And when you go there to like, oh, I don't want to feel this, and you breathe into it, you gently open a little bit. You sound it, it opens some more. You breathe into it. And you sink into the feeling through your voice, through your breath. And this brings you so much space, inner space. Like all of this that was disconnected, it opens up. And it's like, wow, I can feel things. And here it starts to get interesting, because if you continue sounding what you're feeling, your sound is actually going to guide you into the body, and you will start to feel more. Slowly, slowly. In the beginning, maybe it's just like a tiny bit. And then the tiny bit becomes a bit bigger. Then you can really express what's going on for you right now. And that is Tantra for me.